This is a very quick overview of Padlet from CCT College Dublin Centre for Teaching and Learning. Padlet is a fantastic tool for facilitating student discussion and collaboration in the physical classroom, but also in the online learning environment. You can sign up for free using your Gmail account, which is very convenient for us here at CCT as we use Gmail. You are permitted to create 3 Padlets. If you proceed to create a 4th Padlet, it will ask you to subscribe to the platform. I've never actually found a need to subscribe to the paid version. You can archive, export, or delete Padlets, so I never exceed the amount of Padlets at any one time. And if you have an account already, this is where you log in. And again, it's padlet.com. So this is what it looks like when you've actually logged in. As I mentioned, there's an existing one that I have, Padlet, called Bookmarks. I can archive or delete this Padlet if I want to. And to make a Padlet, you just click on this here. So you get lots of different templates. For example, there's a map template. Perhaps during the induction of first years, you could create a Padlet, give students the link to it, and on their mobile devices, they could say what part of the world they're from. And you get this incredible artifact indicating all the various countries that students are from. But I'm just going to use the standard wall Padlet, and I'm just going to select that. So as mentioned, you could use a Padlet during induction, but you could also use it during your class to facilitate a discussion. Usually they have a placeholder name for the Padlet. This usually a humorous one. This one is called My Glorious Wall, made with an aura of mystery. You can overwrite that, and let's say you're teaching a management class, maybe you're looking at leadership theories and you want to get a discussion started about leadership. You could ask a question like, what are the attributes of a good leader? So I'm going to delete the description. I'm going to select a different background. The brown is a little bit dull. Maybe I'll pick this blue one. You have lots of options. Other opportunities that you have, or options that you have, are you can control whether students' names are displayed, John, Mary, so forth, on the comments on the Padlet or not. Students can anonymize their posts, so you don't have to worry about that too much. Whether students are allowed to post comments to each other's comments, you might want to filter for profanity and so forth. I tend to sort of leave that as is and proceed to the next page. So you've basically created your Padlet. Students will be able to post to this Padlet board. So you'll need to share the link to this Padlet now to your students. But just to show you what it looks like from the student's perspective, is to post a comment, they just click on this pink circle in the bottom right hand corner. So I'm going to click that. So maybe they might think the attributes of a good leader include, for example, empathy. They can add a photo, a link. Maybe they want to put a link to something about Bill Gates or Henry Ford or whoever. And again, students can just keep posting comments, and you will eventually end up with this Padlet full of comments. And it's a very rich artifact and output of all the learning in the classroom. So just to show you the kind of options you have then in terms of sharing this Padlet so that students can comment, you just copy the link to a clipboard, and you can then just copy paste that link into your email. You can email, share on Facebook, share on Twitter. Obviously, if you're doing any kind of social media, you'll need to have consent of the students in your classroom. You can also embed your Padlet into a blog or website. Just to show you the privacy options as well, you can also put a password on your Padlet that you create. When you click on this, it gives you the option to create a password and so forth. So there's lots of options there in terms of security and privacy. So just to show you what the link actually looks like, if I just open up a Word document, there's one that I created earlier. That's basically the link that you would give to the student, along with the password that you have decided for the Padlet. There's lots of resources out there on how to use Padlets in higher education. There's one Padlet 101 for higher education, ideas for using Padlet in higher education. But for the most part, you're actually going to be guided by your course content. So for example, if you were teaching a library class on academic integrity, perhaps a good starting point would be to create a Padlet and ask students, what does academic integrity mean to them? And begin the class with a discussion around that. It's also good to look at Padlet higher education and images, because it even gives you some inspiration and some ideas about, the look of a Padlet and the type of questions that you can use. So that's basically it. Thank you for your time and enjoy Padlet.